Hello and welcome to another episode of Raw and Score Trivia, the trivia podcast for sad, lonely people who like to do maths and spelling in their spare time. I am the Quizzard, and while I was writing this bunch of episodes, I decided I would test out to see if ChatGPT could help me with some questions. ChatGPT could not help me with some questions. It honestly made so many mistakes. It tried to tell me that a haiku has 3 syllables, which it absolutely doesn't, and when I asked it for an example of a 3-syllable haiku, it wrote a 9-syllable haiku, which is neither 3 syllables or a haiku. Even the questions that were right were super boring, super easy, or barely sensical. Sometimes it would just reword the same question over and over again. So many people are worried about AI taking over or a robotic uprising or something, but I believe we do not need to worry. ChatGPT is an idiot. If you don't believe me, here is its 3-syllable haiku. Stars shine bright, moon takes flight, night feels light. Even if that was how haikus worked, it's pretty pedestrian stuff, ChatGPT. We score out of 35 points in Raw and Score Trivia with 20 single-point questions in the question round, which is first, a hard question worth 5 points, a bonus round worth 5 points, and a game that we play throughout the question round, which is worth 5 points as well. This week, the game we're playing is Count a Word. This one's pretty simple. All you need to do is count how many times I say a particular word in the question round. If you can get your answer right, you get 5 points. Doesn't matter whether I'm saying it in the question, the answer, or in some of my banter, you just have to count how many times I say that word. The word we are counting today is the word one, and yes, that does include numbers like 1,441. That would be 2 ones, because it was 1,441. Alright, so remember to count how many times I say the word one in the question round, which is starting now. Question 1. How many meters are there in a kilometre? (1,000). Question 2. What is the layer of Earth directly under the crust called? The mantle. Question 3. What is the national animal of China? The giant panda. Question 4. In which movie series does Arnold Schwarzenegger play a robot assassin from the future trying to hunt down Sarah Connor and her son? The answer is Terminator. Question 5. Which famous sportsman fathered 3 children named Brooklyn, Romeo, and Cruz? David Beckham. Question 6. Which animal can rotate its head the furthest? An owl, which can rotate its head up to 400 degrees. I don't know why it would want to do that. I bet they get really satisfying neck cracks though. Question 7. What is the highest score possible in one singular frame of bowling? Not a whole game, just one frame. 30 points. If you have had 2 strikes previously and get another strike, that frame can score 30 points. Question 8. In 1986, the Eagles sung about which hotel? The Hotel California. Question 9. As of 2024, with 516 million total sales, what is the best-selling comic book series of all time? One Piece. I always try to watch the anime of this, but I get like 70 episodes in, then realise I still have 80 million episodes left, and I give up. Asterix and Dragon Ball were the next 2, if you're wondering. Question 10. In a standard pool set, what colour are the numbers 2 and 10? They are blue. Question 11. Enter Shikari are an alternative rock band whose first hit was Sorry You're Not a... what? Sorry You're Not a Winner. If you haven't heard the song before, those 3 claps were probably very confusing for you. Question 12. What was the name of the famous battle in 1815 where Napoleon was defeated? The Battle of Waterloo. Question 13. What is the capital city of Italy? Rome. Question 14. What are the 2 utilities in the original Monopoly game? The Electric Company and Waterworks. They are actually the worst properties on the board, in my opinion. Question 15. Which planet is home to Olympus Mons, the largest volcano in our solar system? That's on Mars. Question 16. In Mario Kart, which colour shell targets the player in first place? A blue shell. Possibly the item that has caused the most pain out of any item from any video game ever made. Question 17. If 2 out of 5 people prefer tea to coffee, what percentage of people do not? If 2 out of 5 do, 3 out of 5 do not, which is 60%. Are we having fun yet? Question 18. Nyctophobia is the fear of what? Nyctophobia. Nyctophobia is the fear of the dark. Question 19. Which band released the albums Hybrid Theory, Meteora, and Minutes to Midnight? Linkin Park. Question 20. Which element on the periodic table has the chemical symbol Li? Lithium. Alright, that's all the questions, but did you remember to play counter word? We were counting how many times I said the word one. Lock in your answer now. I said 1 5 times. I said, question 1. I said there were 1,000 metres in a kilometre. I was talking about bowling and I said 1 frame. And then I clarified and said not a whole game, 1 frame. And then we also spoke about the anime One Piece. If you counted those 5 ones, give yourself 5 1 points. And if that sentence confused you, I just mean 5 points. Coming up, we have the unbelievably stupidly hard trivia question and the bonus round of the episode. This week, the bonus round is the bus. This is the one that's all luck. I'll see you in a second for that. We're back. It's time for the trivia question so hard Albert Einstein has never gotten one right, and not just because he died 70 years before this podcast existed. The trivia question. I've got a really hard question for you. 5 points if you can get this one right. Here it is. Toy Story is one of the most beloved 3D animated films of all time. What date was it originally released in theatres, including day, month, and year? Did you go see it on release day for your 6th birthday? If so, this question might be easy. For everyone else, it is not. Okay, lock in your answer. The answer is the 22nd of November in 1995. Give yourself 5 points if for some reason you remember that. And that brings us to the bonus round for this episode. This bonus round is the bus. In this round, I'm going to draw 5 cards and I'm going to ask you a question about each card that I draw out. Every question that you get right gives you a point. This is mainly luck. I don't think I need to ramble on about the rules here. Answer the questions about the card. The bus starts now. So, I've drawn a card. You need to tell me, is it red or black? It is the Two of Hearts, which is red. Okay, I've drawn the next card. Tell me, is it higher, lower, or the same as the last card that I drew, which was a 2? So higher, lower, or the same as a 2. Remembering aces are low. It was the 8 of spades, so it was higher. Alright, I've drawn the next card. Is it in between or out between the last 2 cards, which were a 2 and an 8? So you need to tell me, was it inside 2 and an 8, including 2 and 8, or outside of that? It was outside. The King of Spades was the card. Alright, I've drawn the 4th card. You need to tell me what suit it is. It was the 5 of clubs. And the last card, you need to tell me what is the value of the card. Don't worry about suit, just the number. It's a spade. It is the Jack of Spades. Remember, if you got all 5 correct there, you need to buy a lottery ticket and split the winnings with me. You are legally obliged to do that. Don't forget, if you find me on Facebook or Instagram and send me a message with your name and score, I'll give you a shout out at the end of a show. Doesn't have to be a high score to send it through. I'd love to see some low ones coming through as well. Don't be scared, send it in. This week I've heard from Max and Nina from Wisconsin, who scored 21 points. It's cool to me that people from Wisconsin listen to this. Go Packers! The Tarrawood Propagators scored a 21 this week. Laura and Robbie scored an 18 together. Rick scored a 17 because he does not know Kelvin. And Christy and Kuma scored a 22 together. Thanks so much for sending in your scores. Thanks for listening. We'll be back on Monday with another episode. Bye-bye.